That's what we're talking
Is that the
about.
one that was at St. Louis?
The one guy at St. Louis, when they came to GW, he had an injury back then.
Oh, really? A few years ago.
A few years ago, the passer. Point
Yeah,
guard
that's the
Supreme.
guy- yeah.
That's what you talking about? No, not Isaiah. He had a different.
Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, some crazy. Yeah. He
Yuri Collins.
Yuri. That's it. Yeah, I knew it was a different name. Yeah, Yuri.
Killed him that night.
He's just little. That's all. So main man fucked up St. Bonaventure.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know, terrible place.
Yeah, I know.
With the second lowest
No money.
NIL in the Atlantic 10.
That's because it's Wolves guy.
I do games for UDC. He's a good coach, but that league's terrible. It's awful. Got much worse than it used to be.
What league? What league?
The ECC.
Pennsylvania joint?
No, it's 3 schools in Buffalo, 5 in New York, and UDC. And like,
No, I know that was Wolves guy. Did they go to school together? It's something he did.
I think he might have started like on the beat over there as a young reporter or something, but yeah. And the dude also coached like Canisius and a couple D1, so he's got a clue, but yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
We getting our answer. I don't want to come in here. Right? I mean, why is taking so long? I know.
That's my thing.
I know. I mean, I know.
He may not. Text him. They get an answer right there?
Normally,
No.
yeah.
Him? Yes.
Normally, yeah. You got players, you will. Before it's 22 turnovers.
Most turnovers for Providence since 2019.
The most since 2019? Wow. They had 20 assists too, Georgetown. That was a good assisting game.
22 turnovers, so win by one.
Yeah.
Also, there were not 6,000 there.
Nah, they got out rebounded by 13 on the board.
Even on the announced station, I see Georgetown out.
So I'm going to record.
I thought it was more.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too, actually. I thought it was going to be like in the beginning like it was throughout the whole game.
It's a Saturday night.
Also, PC
And
on the
this is
defense.
not the most compelling situation. How your man do up at CAA?
awesome.
Very well.
Yeah. Did he ask you a question?
No, he was working on some stuff when I went back.
I mean, no. I thought it was 9 o'clock.
They're playing tonight.
Oh.
I haven't quite got played.
Butler. I think they're the 12 p.m.
The only thing that was on the line tonight was
Who their opponent was?
he was either going to beat DePaul.
Xavier Martinez the last game.
I think they
My bad.
have.
Thank you.
They have DePaul, right?
See, nah, this ain't.
Beat the ball.
Thank you.
Right, that's why I did. Yeah.
Physical.
Who?
That's why DePaul won.
They were hoping to not. See wins. And that's
They so up and down offensively.
Yeah.
They can, like, their ability to score is so tenuous. See, no, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Tenuous, bro. For real. Bud, nice. Bro, bro. That's the best option. You ain't lying about this.
Yeah, tough game, tough finish. Probably an entertaining game, to watch from a fan perspective, but disappointed in the turnovers for us. In the way we started the game. Liked our spirit after the intermission. I thought our guys came out with a really good fight and aggressiveness on both ends. We started the second half with 3 straight kills, but didn't get another one for the rest of the game. And turnovers had a lot to do with that. Our defense is not great already, but when you turn the ball over, it makes it impossible. So we got to value the ball. Finished 8th. Got Butler on Wednesday, and the best basketball arena in the world.
How have the last few days been for you, and just kind of dealing with everything, and dealing with a game
we've
like
had
this?
a couple of really good days of prep. I thought the Marquette game was really, really tough. We, trying to figure out why that game went like that, and sometimes you got to chalk it up to you'll have 1 or 2 just stinkers a year where you just never had it. You don't look like yourself. A bunch of guys played poorly. The Marquette game was tough, but the challenge to the guys was how do we respond? It felt bad in our building, lose by 20. We came out in the second half, and again, I liked our spirit in the second half, just up 6 or so with, 7 with 11:29 left, 6 with a little less, and just some of the turnovers in transition. The way we play, give our guys a lot of freedom to make decisions, and we made some poor ones.
The blob at the end, it looked like you got what you wanted. It looked like you got a slip and was right there at the front of the rim. Was it just an execution issue? Because
we had baseline after baseline after baseline. We ran one play, Jalen got a 3. We ran another play, Jameer Jones was wide open under the basket. But Jalen shot another 3. And with the stoppage, I figured we ran the same play twice. Both of them were open. I figured in that timeout they were talking about how to guard the play we just ran twice, so we ran something different. Osmond was open over the top. I don't know who the Georgetown player was, but Osmond was getting shoved in his back on that play. I thought it was a foul. It wasn't called, but 22 turnovers more important than that.
And how much of the turnovers? I know you said that some of it was decision-making. Did you think that the majority of them was more on you all than anything Georgetown was doing? Yeah,
Georgetown pressures you. They got back in our game, and Providence pressuring us. Thought we handled the pressure okay, and I won't know until I watch it. I thought we were loose. We were loose. We were dribbling off our foot. Missed a wide-open dunk. The ball slipped out of Osmond's hand. We had Cole bounce it out of bounds late. I'm thinking of all on top of my mind. 22, probably a little bit of both,
And Vince had a lot of success tonight. What was it that...
He's a very good player, man. He's a very good player. USC, but really got to watch him at St. John's. Obviously, you play in a program like St. John's, you're going to pick up a lot of good stuff. He's tough, he's big, he's a great athlete, he plays hard, and when he plays the Friars, he turns into Kevin Garnett as a jump shooter. So he's a really, really, really good player, and Georgetown is a much better team than their record. That big gap in the season when he wasn't there, I thought hurt them some. I felt like I didn't see him the other night out there a lot against St. John's, but he's been great against us. 2 great games, and he made his first 2 threes of his college career against us in Providence, and Kevin Garnett banged another one tonight. So,
Kim, first half timeout after one of their layups, you slammed your whiteboard down. Was that a reaction to your player not guarding, or a reaction to your coaching point?
No, it just slipped out of my hand, we were just loose with the ball. It was after a loose, lackadaisical one-hand pass, and what are you doing?
How do you counsel your kids to kind of like to handle this news, to process this news, these reports that we're hearing about your job?
There's been no news, There's been no news in our program. We talk about everything every day. The only news was, coming off a 3-game win streak, losing to Marquette the way we did, and that not being the end of the world. How we respond, how we show up, how we work, how we prepare, how we hold our heads up is the most important thing. And I'm really proud of our guys. In that second half, the way they came out showed a lot. Now, if we can just get to the point where we start the game on that type time, and that's the focus going in MSG.
that steadfastness. Did you get it from Duty Lewis at all? Did he impact your ability
Yeah,
to
I
remain
mean,
focused?
yeah, this isn't, I mean, like we're playing basketball. I get to coach a basketball game, Madison Square Garden on Wednesday night. Like, you know, Tehran, Iran is pressure right now. You know, if you're living in Haiti or Gaza, that's pressure right now. You know, we're playing and coaching basketball. Like, no one's gonna get hit or hurt. You know, we're playing basketball, so you keep things in a perspective.
Coach, your team had 8 points tonight, and I was wondering, was
8?
that 8? The
We had
bench.
79.
The bench. Sorry, the bench.
Oh.
Yeah. So was that a function of the flow of the game, or did you make a deliberate decision to just lean on the starters more?
I made a deliberate decision to lean on the starters.
One more question.
Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, it'll be like
They were down 15 at halftime. They hit 3 from Keys. They trailed by 19.
at all. My man before. What's my man's name that was there before? My man. Patrick, what's the Big East guy that was there? John Patrick. Yeah, that's my guy. I love that guy. Yeah. Good dude, man. Yeah, good dude, man. He's helpful. Yeah, very.
That sort of very understated,
And understated, exactly.
almost patrician way.
No, exactly. Yeah, he's a very good dude, man. Man, we getting old. I'm lamenting dudes who retired. I hear the same though too.
All right.
And for what reason? Who does that benefit? It don't benefit them. Niggas are erratic and out of control and can't be trusted, right? If you got options, if you want to deal with them, I don't do that. If you have options. Yeah. Hell no. To me, exactly. What makes you think that? What makes you think that? The last two coaches, Coach K had a terrible relationship. There's some shittiness on both of them. Who isn't impressed me? You just look immature. And look immature as well.
one of those chairs. That's gonna have to cut it.
No question. Did you look up tattoo from Fantasy Island?
No, I didn't. I don't know what that is. I mean, Vince, get the little chair, bro. I got the little one.
Great, you can sit on my lap if you want. Oh.
Wow.
That's the elder statesman seat right there.
All right, we're gonna let head coach Cooley open the statement, and then we'll move on to questions for the players first, and then coach.
You know, this game was indicative of our entire season. You know, coming down to the last shot, last play. Thought Providence played really well in the second half. I think they made 10 threes, if I'm not mistaken. That in that game, you know, them making threes give them a lot of energy. You know, I think Sellers is a really hard guard, but I thought Mila played well. Vox made some shots in the second half. They came up with energy early. We matched it, overcame it. They came up with energy in the second half. We had to bounce back. We were fortunate. In order for us to advance in this Big East tournament, we have to find a way to rebound the ball better. Have to. We have to. And that's going to be a thing we'll emphasize over the next 72 hours. We'll give our men tomorrow off. We practice Monday, head to New York on Monday. You know, it wasn't our intention to play on Wednesday, but this is where we're at. We created the seat that we're sitting in. Again, Big East game. How many of these games for us have come down to the last possession, last shot, free throw, a tip? I mean, it's, you know, this game was clearly indicative, and we were fortunate today just to get a win. You know, desperate win that we needed. We're looking forward to going to New York and facing DePaul.
Jeremiah, when you over here, sorry, the stretch there, starting with maybe 5.5 minutes or so, when you were down 6 and chipped away at that and got that back. I think it was like a 10-0 or a 12-0 run. What was kind of key for you guys in that stretch, you think, and just overall, just what do you think of being able to have that kind of a comeback in you in the last regular season game of a season like this?
Yes, sir. I think the message was very consistent in our medias. It was just to continue to match their energy. Like Coach mentioned earlier, they continued to swing, and we wanted to continue to swing as well. And I think, like you said, it's very indicative of what our season has been all year. I think we've been a very resilient group. We just had a hard time getting over the hump, and I think today was us showing that we can get over the hump and continue to swing.
Vince, our coach for Providence was just in here, Kim English, and he put you and Kevin Garnett in the same sentence when you play against Providence. Where has that success come against Providence, and how have you flourished against them?
Honestly, it's like I was asked earlier, but it has nothing to do with Providence. Honestly, it's just the work I put in. It's just indicative to what the coaches and that's them trusting and believing in me. I mean, my teammates kept giving me the ball in the second half. You know, they told me to go to work. You know, Jeremiah, you know, one of our captains, you know, he's telling me like, hey, 13, go at them, go at the big, go at the big, go at the big. So my teammates trusted me, man. That's really what it was. You know, it had nothing to do with Providence. Just had to do with my teammates and the coaches in the locker room.
And Kayvon, when they made the run and took the lead back, just what were the huddles like, and how did you guys just stay together and stay the course, understanding that there was plenty of possessions left?
Just staying poised. I mean, we kept trying to gather each other up as many times as possible, whether it's a dead ball, timeout, media, whatever. Just staying poised, ignore the loudness, or the Providence fans was loud for them, so just ignore them. We've been in tougher situations, environments, and we've been in a close game, it feels like, every single game. So if it's nothing new. It's just learning experiences as we keep going on. So, main thing, staying poised.
Kayvon, you were on the call when I asked Caleb this. How did you guys think the energy and edge was tonight, keeping that up in the internal group?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the fans, shout out to the fans for popping out. That definitely helped big time. It gave us a little bit more motivation than we knew that we needed. again, staying poised. We needed a momentum swing. Last time we played Providence, we came back from a big deficit, and we went into a little momentum, won a couple games. The next thing now is the Big East tournament, and we kept telling ourselves, let's go in, let's beat them, and let's go into the tournament with a momentum swing. That was our main focus.
Mo Reddy, you're clearly in a good space right now. How do you stay there? How do you ensure that you stay there?
Keep doing what I'm doing. I got having a bunch of conversations with my coaches, new adjustments, a bunch of conversations with my teammates, making sure we're all on the same page and aligned, and just keep playing basketball. It's really simple. Coach got a game plan. Teammates, we talk about a lot of stuff with each other, but the main thing is just keeping basketball. Just play the sport, and don't let any outside distractions affect your play on the court.
Vince, a career high for you on your senior night. I know Georgetown plans on applying for a 5th year for you, but what was going through your head knowing that this could possibly be your final regular season game?
Just playing for my family. My sisters haven't came to watch a game all year, and they were here tonight. So I was surprised today by my sister. She was just in my dorm room randomly when I played at USC. I didn't think she was going to be here. Just seeing her there, it brought me so much joy. It was a lot of emotions for me. Just my family's it's hard for us to be together like that. So I'm just glad it was here, and I just had to play for them.
And Jeremiah, what is your thoughts on senior day today? What was going through your head?
Yeah, something pretty similar to Vince. A lot of my family was able to make it for the first time. First time my dad's been at a game in a very long time, so that meant a lot to me, and I just kind of wanted to give it all on the court, with this kind of being my last home game here. And, yeah, it was just a blessing. I just wanted to make the most of it.
All right, thanks. Kayvon,
5 steals for you, 13 for the team. Do you think that's as active as you individually and you as a team have been at the defensive end in a while?
I think statistically, I feel like we be showing that energy on the court. We just might not get those 50-50 balls. But today, we did great in cutting those and winning every of those matchups. And, the stats show. It was fun. It was cool.
And along those lines, how happy were you with that sort of defensive activity forcing 22 turnovers?
We played St. John's the other day. I thought we controlled 38 of the minutes. And, again, they came up with 2 50-50 balls that were big. When you go back to Kayvon, I think he has some of the best hands in college basketball, respect to deflections. The players say it in practice all the time. He always has his hands. I don't know how many deflections he had today, but I'm pretty sure he had multiple. Always has his hands on the ball. So I think the last 2 games in particular, I liked our defensive activity. I don't know if I liked the execution to finish the possession. And when we do finish the possession, we got to come up with a defensive rebound. So, I think we're stopping the initial thrust. Now we just got to finish the mission and finish the play.
Oh, Coach, what do you think tonight? It's been a rough season, but tonight, big win tonight. I know but how do you think the result tonight will help you come Wednesday and moving forward to the Big East tournament?
I think we've played back-to-back games where we've played well. Obviously, we didn't win the last game we played, but I thought we played well enough to win. Winning a game like this, being up, then them coming back, getting a 6 or 7 point lead, and us bouncing back showed some resilience that we've shown all year. A lot of times teams around the country, when they're in this position, a lot of the young men give in. They say, what are we playing for? We're still playing for something. We're playing for pride. We're playing for one another. We're playing for Georgetown. We're playing for our parents, our community, indicative of listening to what Jeremiah said and listening to what Vince said. We're competitive. We're really, really competitive. Yeah, we didn't have the overall year we wanted, and our only way into the NCAA tournament is by competing and trying to win a Big East championship at the tournament. But that's opportunity, and a game like this gives us a little bit of momentum. Right? When you look at our last 3 games, we've had 60 assists in the last 3 games. That means the ball is moving, men are trusting each other. I think that's the most assists we've had since I've been the coach here in a 3-game stretch in high major basketball. So that continues to mean we're growing, learning, developing. Yeah, we lost a player, but again, people are stepping up, in particular Jeremiah and Kayvon. So credit to our men and their resolve and their competitive spirit to want to win.
Hey, Coach. Throughout the year, I know you've talked about the importance of giving back to Georgetown. Obviously, you want to see the success on the court, but like, what's the importance for you as a coach winning the last game at home, and how that can, that good taste that you left in the fans' mouths, kind of just like, will go forward in the future from here.
I want to thank our Georgetown community for those that did come out. I want to thank all you writers that have come out and reporters that have come out for all the home games. So I want to thank you for that. It has not been the year we wanted or anticipated. Yet the fans who did come, thank you. The supporters who come, thank you. The donors who came, thank you. The students who came, thank you. Right? Yeah, it was a disappointing year record-wise, but we got to put that behind us. We're looking forward to moving in this Big East tournament and playing back in this building next year for the very first time, whenever that date may be. It's just one of those things that happen you didn't anticipate, but it is what it is, and we're going to move forward.
Coach, I know you've been on the wrong end of a lot of close games this year, but they've been a lot of close games. Are you going into New York where the record kind of stops mattering?
Mm-hmm.
Is your mentality that you can run with anyone?
I think clearly the results have shown we can play with anybody in this league. I think if you look at this, I think we've had 3 bad Big East games. 3 out of 20 is not bad, and I think if you look around the league, I'm pretty sure other coaches can say the same thing. We didn't land the plane in those other games, yet today we did. We can compete with anybody, right? It's just a mindset. It's a matter of will and determination and, a little bit of luck, right? But we got to create that luck. I mean, we're going into there very confident, and yet we also know we split with DePaul. They're very physical. They're coming off a loss, so they'll be very, very hungry. Benson, I think, is one of the more physical players in the Big East. Macklin, I think, is the most underrated player in the Big East because he really impacts winning, right? Gunn could score with anybody. They have Blocker, who's a really physical guard. Again, we're going in there one game at a time. Our goal is to advance any way possible, and we're looking forward to all of our Georgetown fans in the building screaming Hoya Saxa to some wins.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach, would you like to see some sort of rule change when there's 0 timeouts left? You have a review, and essentially it's served as a free timeout for Providence with 1.4 seconds left.
Yeah, and again, they, the officials today I thought did a great job. They explained it we have to look at the clock, and sometimes you're on the winning side of that. The rule change that I had a problem with today was, okay, they went and contested, and they won the challenge on what they called was the goaltending. Vince was in front of the rim about to grab the ball. It's a jump ball. It's their ball. And we lose the ball when clearly it was going to fall in our hands. They go down. This is a 5-point swing, and they go down and hit a 3. That's, I'm definitely going to voice my opinion on it, not just because of this game. I just don't think that's good for the game. I'm not the brightest dude in the room, but I'm saying this. My 7-footer was in front of the rim with the ball getting ready to drop in his hands. Yeah, I got a problem with that. I have a legit problem with that.
In this time of year, how tough is it for coaches? Because, there's always rumors and reports and everything else about jobs and what could be happening to coaches in the future. Just how tough of a time of the year is it for you guys?
I think it's always tough. It's always great to be wanted. We all fight to keep the jobs that we currently have. And again, when you look at coaches around the country, some have great security. Some say, do I stay ahead of the posse? You have all the rumors and innuendos of everything. Everything will settle when it settles. Is it disturbing? Absolutely. It disturbs the presidents, the ADs, the players. I can tell you one coach who's happy. The brother sitting in front of you right here at Georgetown. So I'd really let everybody else deal with their other shit. I ain't dealing with it.
Coach, what did you learn about your team tonight?
What I've learned about my team the whole year is we're resilient. We just haven't been fortunate to get over the hump in some of these close games. I think some of our habits catch up to us with respect to attention to detail. But today we were able to get over the hump. But we've been resilient all year. A lot of times teams in a position that our men have been in, that we have put them in, normally just fold the tent and say peace. So it's a credit to these guys continuing to fight, continue to collaborate together. Like I wrote on the board today, anything's possible when you do things together. You're never going to win in this league or in anything team-oriented if you think you're going to do it by yourself.
Coach, talk about the challenge of attempting. You have a good pressure package, but your guard room is short and banged up now. Talk about that adjustment, that balancing act you have to do in terms of getting some good stops via pressure, but also maintaining a short bench.
I'm going to answer it this way. There's 40 minutes in the game. When these kids are recruited, they want to play. They want to play. Play. I mean, we got no time to be tired. We got no time to be hurting. We got no time. We got no time for it. You either want to play or you don't. If you're tired, figure it out, stretch, get a longer timeout, rub your eyes, rub your legs, rub your hips, rub your back, rub your nose. This is what you came to do. 6, 10, 15 years from now, these three up here are going to be saying, damn, I wish I would have got back into the game. I appreciate that, Nerese. It is important that you just play. I don't care about a short rotation. I can tell you this. I was fortunate to win a Big East championship as a head coach and played 6 guys for 40 minutes. 6 guys played 40 minutes. Figure it out. Don't complain about it, because 10 years from now, you're going to wish you were on that floor at Madison Square Garden to play 40 minutes. That's how I would answer that question.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you guys so much this year. Thank you.
Right.